What's up, guys? This is XKillerMaz. How y'all doing? It's been a long time since I made my last video, so I've been slacking on my news videos. That's coming up soon on the next one. Anyhow, back to what's really going on in this, news world and all this stuff is PlayStation 4. Now, you've probably seen many videos on the releases and all this other kind of stuff, but PlayStation 4 has been having, Sony has been having all these conferences around the world, and things are starting to get interesting with the facts they've been releasing. Now, like the design of the system, which I'm about to go into right now, supposedly it's supposed to be circular, and it's supposed to have a lot of like displaying capability on TVs. Now, number one concern is that if it's higher than a TV resolution of 1080p, how is it going to work on a 1080p TV? Because I don't think there's anything higher than 1080p right now, other than those like specially industrialized TV things that are like HD beyond HD. But anyhow, that's what they've been saying, and also that Sony not only is making a PlayStation 4, they've also got the confidence to give rumors and hints that not only is the PlayStation 4 coming out, but they're working on prototypes for PlayStation 5 and 6. Now, you gotta have a lot of bold confidence to push in a PlayStation 4 and 5 idea that you're going to be making it when PlayStation 4 isn't out yet. So we'll have to see what it's like. Well, number one question is when it's supposed to come out. There's actually been no official release date, and I think they're doing that for business standards. They're trying to get the most amount of customers. So what they're trying to do is trying to get more people to know about it, and then like at the very last minute they'll release a release date and try to get your attention. Now, what I think about that, it's not a bad idea. Business-wise, it's actually pretty smart. I would do something like that. But as in people like us, people like Googling every day when does it come out and all this other stuff. People have been asking me. So, comment below if you feel any different about what Sony's done with their confidence of releasing information about 4 and 5 and 6 PS3, or a PS5 or PS6 information, or what they did with their business about the releasing the release date. What we do know is that it's somewhere in 2012 is what they're thinking, because there's a new generation graphic engine called the CryEngine 3. And there's no information about if it's just like integrated into it, or if it's two separate things. So if it's two separate things, then probably the PlayStation 4 only does like 1080p, right? Like most other things do. So it's probably not going to be, let me just adjust this a little bit. So it's not going to be as, what's the word, like high, without the CryEngine 3, high resolution than with it. Wait, did that make any sense at all? Anyhow, the engine, without the CryEngine 3, the graphics probably lower for the PlayStation 4 than with it. That's what I was trying to go through. And, it's most likely going to be released around, the end of December. The end of 2012, which is December. Supposedly it's supposed to be bundles for it, so I guess it's gonna come out for Christmas or Black Friday, because usually you don't see bundles just randomly. Like when the PS3 first came out, it took a while for like the bundle to come out. So yeah, that's what it is. Also, the other biggest question is, why did it call it Orbeez? So the answer to that question is, Orbeez comes from Latin and several other words meaning circle, ring, or a complete journey. Now, that definitely tells you they're making a circular shaped thing, because you don't name something Orbeez and don't have a circular shaped thing. I haven't noticed it, but Orbeez sounds like orbit, so I guess orbit, like around the world, all this other kind of stuff. Just random thing to point out there. Together we have Orbeez. I'm kind of reading this as I present. I should have actually prepared for this video, but So we put both together. Yeah. Oh, apparently there's a Orbeez Vita coming out. Complete circle. Wait, what is this? So Vita is Latin for life. Okay, well, it doesn't mean anything. Mostly known thanks to, yeah. There's anyhow, there's already plenty of speculation that the PS4 and the Vita will feature cross-heavy compatible features. So if we put both together, we have it's just, never mind. Forget what I said about the previous comment. It's just saying that compatibility with each thing, with each system between the PS Vita and the PS4. Now, first of all, if you release the PS Vita and you don't have any connection with the PS4, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Second of all, the thing I would like to see, if it has PlayStation 3 compatibility games with it. What I really didn't like about the PS3 is that you couldn't play PS2 games on it, except for the older models. There was a lot of classics on PS2, and that's basically telling you that they want you to rebuy it again. And some of those classics aren't even on the PS Store, so that's kind of like a bum. Also another thing is about the controller. Common thing about the controller is hold on, yeah, there we go. Okay, so this is a PS3 controller. Now you're probably asking me why I'm showing you this for a PS or for an Orbeez video. They've not released. I don't think they've released an official picture of their controller, but they're saying that the controller, that the stems of it is supposed to be longer and the middle bridge is supposed to be narrower and smoother. So I guess this was the closest image I could. I don't know, right? It's ridiculously bad, weird looking. It's kind of weird looking, I know, but it's basically somewhat of the, like, the basic, not the basic shape, but the basic kind of idea is followed. Like the lobe things on the bottom, which you keep your hands on, is supposed to be bigger. The analog sticks are supposed to be positioned in a way that like if your hands like slip or something, there's not like a lot of room that they can move. I mean, like, if you play shooter games, you probably understand this. Like, if you put your hand on the analog stick and let's say your game's getting intense and your finger slips off, there's like a bunch of gap between the one analog stick and the other analog stick to like just go off free air, and then you like die, and then people get frustrated. I don't know, it's just a game, but people get frustrated by that kind of stuff. So they're gonna move it in a way that kind of incorporates that if your finger does slip off, it's just gonna hit the other finger, which is closer, which means your finger doesn't go far, so you can react quicker. Oops. There's also, well, of course, everything else looks the same. The buttons are the same. It's like the main Sony thing. So I guess that's all the thing about the controller. Now, as for just for the game itself, I don't know what it looks like. So that's another common question. What if the game looks like? I believe I've heard it's kind of like the Nintendo 64 type thing, where instead of having the big blocks though, it's like chips that you put in there, like those like DS game chips or Vita chips like game chips you put in there. So that's what you can be expecting for that. And as for anything else, I've also heard that the processor is supposed to be faster, which means that you probably know if you're playing an online game and trying to send a message to somebody, it takes forever, or it doesn't even send it, like rejects you, it stops. Another big problem that I've had personally with these kind of things are like if you're updating. Oh wait, that's what I'm talking about, multitasking too. Like the updating, like you can be updating and do something else at the same time. Kind of like a computer, when you update in the background, it kind of just says it's uploading, and then it'll be like installing, then you kind of stop. That makes sense. It's stalling, you have to stop everything. For uploading, there's some things, like especially if you download games in the PS Store and all that kind of stuff, and it's kind of large, you kind of sit there and you're just like for half an hour, just sitting there as the thing is downloading, then installing, then all this other kind of stuff. So it's supposed to be like really faster. It's supposed to multitask. I've heard that the controller is supposed to, back to this design thing. This controller is supposed to have that wider arch thing, because apparently it's supposed to be kind of like the Kinect or whatever, or the Wii games, where it's like you can use the controller as like a wheel, so that when you play racing games, you actually can move it. So it's like a gyroscope type feature thing, so you can actually move it around and roll it and all that kind of other stuff. So yeah, that's basically all I have to say about the PS Vita. I mean, not the PS3, the PS4 Orbeez. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, comment below or send me a personal message. Yeah, so I'm hoping to get back with all these videos and all that. I've actually got a camera that'll work for this stuff, so subscribe, like, comment, all that other good stuff. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.